Steve Lai, and you're watching The Context on BBC News.
We have hit out at Muhsin, and we will continue doing so against anyone who murders our citizens and hurts our country. Then his days are numbered.
We do know that after the October 7th attacks, which were led by Hamas, the Israeli government had said that they were going to target all of the Hamas leadership, including the political leadership.
This is a massive gamble by the Israelis. Will this be the spark that tips the region into the all-out war that so many people fear, with catastrophic consequences?
Tension tonight in the Middle East as the region waits to see what happens next following the killing of Ismail Haniyeh, the political leader of Hamas. Iran has vowed to avenge his death, blaming Israel. As we wait to see how Hamas will respond, what will his death mean for the ongoing ceasefire talks? We'll hear from a former IDF spokesperson as well as a veteran Middle East negotiator. The killing of Ismail Haniyeh came just hours after the IDF hit back at Hezbollah with a targeted drone strike on a senior commander in southern Beirut. We'll also look at the reaction to that in Lebanon, with concerns growing of a wider regional conflict. First, though, the latest to BBC News here, and the BBC says it is shocked by what it calls the abhorrent behaviour of former presenter Hugh Edwards, who has pleaded guilty to charges of making child abuse images. The images were sent to him by a man police say is a convicted paedophile. Police officers have been given more time to continue questioning a 17-year-old boy. He's been arrested in connection with the killings of 3 girls at a summer holiday dance class in Southport. And since those attacks, demonstrators believed to be from a far-right group threw bricks and damaged a mosque in violence that injured dozens of officers. 4 arrests have been made. Police say there will be more. Now, Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says his country has challenging days ahead, but is prepared for all scenarios, following the killing of senior leaders of 2 Iranian-backed groups. Mr. Netanyahu said Israel had dealt what he describes as a crushing blow to its enemies through the attack that killed the Hezbollah leader in Lebanon. That death and the killing of a political leader in Hamas in Tehran are driving fears of an escalation of the conflict. The Hamas leader, Ismail Haniyeh, was in the Iranian capital, where on Sunday he was a guest at the inauguration of the country's new president. According to Iranian state media, he was killed when the building he was staying in was struck by a missile around 2 a.m. local time. Israel hasn't commented on that death. But Israel has claimed responsibility for the death of a senior commander from the Iranian-backed Hezbollah group. Fuad Shakir was killed in an airstrike in the Lebanese capital, Beirut. Hezbollah says his body has now been recovered. Now, here's some of what Mr. Netanyahu said in his televised address less than an hour ago.
Citizens of Israel, there are very challenging days of us ahead. We have been hearing those threats from everywhere. We are ready for any scenario, and we will stand cohesed and ready against any threat. They will pay a price if there is any aggression against us, wherever that theatre is.
A Hamas spokesperson spoke to BBC Arabic and had this response.
The assassination of the martyr leader Ismail Haniyeh is a complete crime, and it's a political assassination operation, and the Israeli occupation will bear its consequences and ramifications, especially if we look at who was targeted and where it was conducted. There are repercussions for assassinating the top leader of Hamas.